Here we go.
No worries.
Matt, you're in the code open.
From here on out, it's one battle after another.
Football is live! Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of Football is Life, episode 158 here. I am Nat and Matt alongside Matt Powell. Matt is back. Matt, how are we doing today?
Hello. I'm wonderful. I'm back from, I think, 2 weeks. Little short film and then a Nashville wedding. So I am now back to regularly scheduled programming.
And what a 2 weeks it has been. And we actually, for this show, it's not actually that Ethan couldn't be here. We actually decided we had to do a show with the two trophy winners. We were like, there has to be one show. This is
episode.
Trophy winning host episode only. And I feel like we gotta be like one of the only MLS podcasts that can actually do that. Like, no fucking way that there's a show hosted by, like, I don't know, a Vancouver fan and a Nashville fan.
Yeah, I doubt it.
What a sad podcast that would be. Are there any other potential areas there? I guess there could be like a Nashville Philadelphia fan.
That'd be tough though, because that's a somewhat of a rivalry.
Yeah, this is true, but like that would. Philadelphia, Vancouver, that'd be kind of weird. Again, another kind of sad stuff, but if that exists, like, they're having a great time right now, even though the Canadian Championship is not a real trophy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think Vancouver's got a trophy.
Yeah, but I mean, we gotta. It's the only way that this is possible. I mean, like, it's not like that you could have
it's
two
Philly, Seattle, talking. Or Philly, Nashville. Those are the three trophies. Oh wait,
yeah. And the Galaxy lost the Campeones Cup, so
yeah, and Liga
MX we can't include them.
Liga MX won the CCC.
Yeah, so no, this is like literally one of the only options.
I think there's three real trophies that have been won, and it's Philly, Seattle, and Nashville. Should we rank those trophies?
Sure, we can rank those trophies. Leagues Cup.
Phillies is
Leagues
first.
Cup, U.S. Open Cup, Supporter Shield. Until the Supporter Shield is playing everyone, the Supporter Shield is still meaningless.
Okay, but then
there should be two Supporter Shield.
Then the exact same criticism is true for the Leagues Cup and the Open Cup.
There should be. Fair enough. There should honestly. There should be. Again, there should be a Supporter Shield given out to both conferences right now. Would be funny if in the rankings though, then I will admit that the Eastern Conference Supporter Shield is worth more than the Western Conference.
Yeah, this year specifically. That would be year to year, but this year would be strong East.
Yeah, this year that's definitely true. But we got it in those 2 weeks. First trophy. What's it been like? What's it been like being a winner, Matt?
I mean, it's euphoric. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone's ever. So here's my background as a sports fan. I am
Yeah.
a die-hard Tennessee Titans fan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I am
I'm
a
sorry.
die-hard since they've been founded Nashville SC fan.
Yeah.
Um, and when I moved to
Nothing
Boston,
for the Predators.
I like watched their Stanley Cup that they lost. But like definitely I would not call myself
Yeah.
a Predators fan.
That's good.
And then when I moved to Boston, I did not have a basketball team, and
Yeah.
so I sort of like hopped on the Celtics bandwagon.
Even though
So the only
the Grizzlies have been
professional
pretty good of late.
I'm not a basketball
Yeah.
guy. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
How far
you'd have
away
to be
is Memphis from you?
it's like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, it's not. That's okay. That's not close. That's like is the
It's like
same
to San
distance
Diego.
from Seattle.
It's like me
Portland.
in LA rooting for a San Diego team.
Yeah, or me
Um,
rooting for Portland. Like I get that.
yeah. So I just there's like no basketball culture in Nashville. I found the basketball culture in Boston for college, and
Yeah.
so I am a I watched the only professional sports championship I watched for a team I was rooting for was the Boston Celtics, but it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't earned, and there definitely wasn't any adversity to get there. This Nashville trophy is like the first trophy I feel like is mine, and I can celebrate pretty unconditionally, and it feels so good. And I was like, I had to watch it I was still at work. I watched it in my office, um, like by
Whatever
myself.
happens when
I
you
was like,
start a final at like 5 p.m. on a Wednesday? Can we have
yeah,
finals always be on Sunday?
they should be. They should be
Yeah.
on weekends
Do
for
it on the
sure.
weekend.
They should. You can throw the semifinals in the middle of the week, but this was a
Yeah.
fun watch.
Yeah.
And the end of this game was so fun. And if I was an Austin fan, I would have been so upset with the way Nashville played the end of it because it was like
Yeah.
the most brutal, awful, time wasting ever. Teal Bunbury takes it down to the corner. It
They
gets
would
kicked
have
out
done
for
the
a.
same. If
Oh,
they
I
were
know, I
really-
know, I know. There's,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that. But if I was an Austin fan, I would have been like, I would have broke my TV, especially when Sam Sturridge wins and gets that second yellow card, kicking the ball out of
Yeah.
bounds.
Well, the crazy thing about that play is I don't think he realized he had gotten a first
No, he
yellow
didn't.
card,
He walked away from the first
Which is-
yellow and didn't realize he got it.
which is it's great. And so Sam Sturridge will be suspended for the next U.S. Open Cup he's available, which will probably be which will be in the 2027 U.S. Open Cup
Wow.
if y'all don't win MLS Cup next year, don't win MLS Cup or Leagues Cup next year, then he would be suspended for 27. If you guys were to win Leagues Cup next year or MLS Cup next year, then he would not.
It would
Then
be
he would be
28.
suspended for 2028 because
It's not a very
For
malicious
winning-
red card.
yeah,
It's a pretty
which
it's
is
a pretty tame
but still
red
it's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's one of those yellow cards that's never given. What are your thoughts?
Oh,
on,
if you
on
walk
the
up to a goal
yeah.
kick and kick it
Yeah.
off the line, you're getting a yellow.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, but still for a second yellow, it's rare. Even though like it's 100%, like he knew what he was doing.
you have to
That's
get a yellow
what-
card for that.
Yeah,
And
that's why it was so
Sturridge,
funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, the refereeing wasn't great in this game.
No, they lost control of the game a little. They got too chippy.
Yeah,
Fouls were let play on and then brought back. It wasn't perfectly reffed.
Yeah.
I would say it was pretty evenly reffed. It just wasn't
Yeah.
reffed.
yeah.
don't
We
think
said
there's
that both of the penalties. Me and Ethan said both of the penalties were not penalties, but I mean, like, I mean,
I think
but that being
Phillies
said,
is
like
wrong.
Austin had a chance to get it
Or
in.
sorry.
Austin had it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Austin's penalty is wrong, and I
Yeah.
think Nashville's penalty is really soft. Like so
Yeah.
soft, I don't know if I'd call it.
yeah. That's pretty much exactly what we said when discussing that. Because yeah, no, I totally agree with that, and that's why it was very vindicating when Austin failed to convert their penalty because it was like ball doesn't lie. They shouldn't have been scored. But with that, like seeing Austin complain about like the penalty that Nashville got. It's like, guys,
And
you got a more BS penalty. You failed to score. Like, this was on you. You had chances in this game. You couldn't get it past. You couldn't score past Nashville's backup goalkeeper, which I would have started Willis. In this game, like, I know, like, I was giving credit to, like, second tournament, start the backup goalkeeper, but Nashville does not have two goalkeepers in the same level as the Sounders. I would have started Willis in this game. Were you surprised about that, or do you agree?
Very. It was interesting. Austin very, very clearly had a defensive trigger to press him hard.
Yeah.
Because he's not great with his feet, but he was a fantastic shot stopper.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It's a tough decision. You've given your backup goalkeeper this entire tournament, and you kind of want to let him finish the job. And goalkeeping is so much about confidence that maybe you do just like let the guy that is rolling keep rolling. Not that Willis was playing bad or anything. Willis was playing great in leagues play, but like, I don't. It's a really tough decision. And the fact that we won and the fact that he had a pretty good game, he gives away a penalty, but we just said, like, he probably shouldn't. Like, that probably was the wrong call. If he doesn't give away that penalty, he had, like, a pretty much perfect game. He looked shaky with the ball at his feet, but he never made errors.
Yeah.
It didn't inspire confidence, but it never led to anything.
I mean, he clearly wins the ball on the penalty. Again, it's a terrible penalty decision. Yes. He clearly touches the ball. He makes a very, very good play. And a lot of people will give away a penalty. He should not have been giving away a penalty on that because he clearly touches the ball first. And
you can argue like you should never give the ref a chance to make the call.
Yeah.
But honestly,
that's another thing with just refereeing. Like, there's too many. We need referees to punish. I wish there was a better way to punish the play from the attackers when a player like moves the ball away from the goal, because they're like, that's where the keeper is coming out and that's where there's like more of a chance. It's like so shady. Again, it's hard to punish that.
Yeah, manufacturing a foul. Like, that's part of the game. If you manufacture a real foul, I think that's part of the game. If you manufacture a foul, don't really get fouled, and then flop, I think that's when punishment can come in.
Yeah.
But even in basketball, like, manufacturing a foul is annoying, but it's a very real thing.
It's a smart player move. Mm-hmm. Anything about at the end? We get to see Hani and Walker lift the trophy together. Any thoughts on that? On seeing that, or any of the other
great.
like post celebration stuff, like with BJ? BJ, please come back to the national team.
No, BJ Callahan is the Nashville SC coach. He's going to stay that way.
He could do both.
No, he can't.
I could do both.
That, by the way, could you imagine the USMNT fans that don't care about MLS or that are MLS haters being like, the U.S. national team coach is wasting his time on Nashville? They would be livid. That'd be the biggest controversy in U.S. soccer history.
He'd probably still be doing more than Pochettino. It seems like Pochettino does nothing in his when he's not like with the team. He's just going to charity matches. At least this would be actual matches.
Was he at this game? I think he was, right?
Oh yes, Pochettino was there. Though we didn't
so
see.
was McConaughey.
Yeah, though we didn't see. It wasn't against Miami, so it wasn't like Nashville players immediately got called in to this camp after this result.
No, not yet.
But still, not yet with Mukhtar. But I think that's still possible.
I think Mukhtar's probably aging out of the team. He also needs too much of the ball. That'd be crazy.
But, and our midfield is like, we got a lot of midfield depth right now, but still, Mukhtar is still so good. It's so good to see him and Zimmerman, who have just been pillars of the club, raising the first trophy. Love to see that.
The goal.
And
in this
yeah,
clip
also
was
the goal.
awesome.
Yeah, the
Not
goal is
the finish isn't
so
even the best
good.
part. The cross and then the Schaffelberg
Schaffelberg.
chest down
Yeah,
is great. But yeah, I mean
yeah,
Walker and Hani are the founding, members of this team.
yeah.
If you were to make a Mount Rushmore of Nashville SC, it would be Hani, Walker. I think the third
Bunbury.
person. Ah, gosh, you know how I feel about
Yeah,
Bunbury. Um, it would
Dax. I
be
think Dax still
Hani,
makes it.
Walker, and then Taylor Washington because
What?
he's the only
Okay,
surviving player since the USL days,
gotcha.
and he's still on the team. And then the fourth
Willis or
person is
McCarty.
someone between Dax Willis,
Yeah,
Gary, BJ, or Surridge, probably.
yeah. No, I guess it's true. Surridge is pushing on that with what he's doing this season. If he can do
Yeah.
it, if he can do it again next year season, how
If
many
he
years
if he has a
does he
season that's
have under
within
contract?
80%, I don't know his exact contract. It's definitely
Yeah,
not up. If it was coming up, I would hear about it. But
yeah,
um,
yeah. We definitely hear about that if you would, because I mean, right now he feels like he should be able to keep going. I mean, his
how old is
production has been incredible this season. He keeps scoring every game. He's gonna be like young
he's
30s.
27. There's no reason why he
Oh,
wouldn't do this for
damn!
like
He looks
4
way
more
older
years.
than that. He looks older
Yeah.
than that. I would have guessed like 31. That's
I think the
wild. I
only
didn't
thing
realize you guys
yeah.
got him that much in his prime.
Yeah. I think the only reason why he would like slow down would be like one, like form, which happens. You ebb and flow in form always.
Yeah.
But two, like if he doesn't like leave for Europe, not like necessarily English, but like Europe generally, then like I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be a force in this league for years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That yeah, no, he should keep going. I mean, maybe he could go back to Europe, but he seems happy here, and and still I'm like, yeah, I think he might have to go to an if he goes back to Europe. Like I don't know if he could start if he's starting. He would want to start in like a top league again. I don't think he wants to go back to the championship.
No.
But anyway, yeah, no, it's interesting to follow that. All right. Yeah, any thoughts on? So yeah, you guys will not get to defend your trophy next year in the U.S. Open Cup. You are joining the Sounders in CONCACAF Champions Cup. Hopefully it will go. It will go better than last time. Last time got past Mocha, and
Yeah.
then eliminated by Miami. How are you
Yes,
feeling
that's
about
right.
being in the competition again?
I like being in this competition. It's sort of like one of the higher levels you can play in as an MLS team. It's winnable. You don't play anyone that's
Yep.
like so outside your means that you couldn't just go win it. It's
Yeah.
challenging for sure, but it's a fun competition to play in. I wish every team played in the Open Cup. I wish we got rid of.
Yes.
We should.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crap that you don't get to defend the tournament. Like it's that you won. Like in some ways you could say like, oh, it's good and we'll have a new champion every year, but that's crap. You should be able to have a dynasty and be able to like no one will be able to win multiple U.S. Open Cups in a row like the Sounders did from 2009 to 2011 with how it is currently set up. So
Yeah.
that is a travesty.
it's a little frustrating. I think every MLS team should play every U.S. team of any level should play in the U.S. Open Cup because that's what the point of a domestic competition is.
Yes.
And
all right.
It feels good. It feels good to win the oldest trophy in the United States,
Yes.
even
And
if it's
fuck Austin. Fuck press court. Fuck pre-court enterprises. Fuck the team trying to move the crew.
Oh, I didn't know any of that, but
Yeah. No,
I know
you
that they
you
played
did know
a pretty
that.
good game. I know they played a pretty good game.
You did know that it's the ownership group that tried to move the team.
Oh yeah,
Of
yeah, yeah. I did know
save
that.
the crew. You knew that. We've talked about
Yeah, I
that
did know that.
before. All right. Speaking of crew players, we had a big player retirement announcement this week. Or we had a couple. Jordi Alba has officially retired. Luis Suarez will probably announce that next week. But the bigger MLS name announcing retirement, Darlington Nagbe, is retiring from MLS. Matt, what are your thoughts on Darlington Nagbe and
Uh,
what money means for the league?
yeah, I mean he's been a pretty like relentless MLS player for a long, long, long time. He's been annoying to play against, which probably means that when he's been on your
Yeah.
team, he's been fun to have. Um, and I I feel like this is pretty similar to like a Dax McCarty retirement in a
No,
lot of ways.
this is not similar.
No,
Dax McCarty has way less haters than
maybe
Nagbe
but
does.
Dax. I don't know if you remember Dax can take a tactical yellow. Like
This
I
is
maybe
true,
some
and
of the
he does stomp on
yeah, he's
people.
got a stomp in his career, and he's got a lot of tactical yellows and a couple red cards. Dax has maybe some of the like heat of it has worn off, but Dax is not a perfect player.
He might be. I mean, I guess Nagbe spent a lot of his career in the Eastern Conference, but if he was in if he was in if maybe I was gonna say Dax McCarty is kind of like the Eastern Conference version of Nagbe in a way. Like will not. I cannot say many positive things about Darlington Nagbe just I because of what he's done against the Sounders. It's similar to Diego Valeri. He is one of those players who like I understand why people on the other team love him, but I just can't give him any love because he's just so annoying. And I mean the how long his career has been in MLS, how consistent he's been has been incredible. I will give him that.
Four hundred
Um,
and forty-four games, fifth
and
most regular season games in league history.
and like every year he would score a goal of the year contender. Basically, got the goal of the year in 2011. But he scored a lot of bangers.
He was
This is
taken in the
true.
2011 MLS Super Draft, number 2 overall.
He was coming out of Akron. He one of those players who was coached by Caleb Porter and from the same school as Yedlin and those like what and I think he was also around the same time as Steve Zek. I think Steve Zaguani ran into him at one point in the college career, and like he is like a huge part of U.S. soccer, and there are definitely some people who think that he should have been playing more with the national team than he did. I am not one of those.
Yeah, I'm not either, but he is a
I
four-time
did,
MLS
yeah,
champion.
yeah, I did see a clip just before we started recording from Alexi Lawless's podcast where Alexi said he is one of the few USMNT players who you can drop him if you dropped him into any and in the clip they like edited him wearing like a Barcelona kit or and a Manchester United kit. Like if you and Alexi says if you drop him into these teams, he won't miss a beat. He will he will he will be fun. Do you have a he is a good player. He's a very, very good MLS player. That is crap. That is so much crap. There is no
So
way that if
I'll
you drop
say
him into Barcelona, that he would have been a great player. That is crap.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I will say his style of play lends itself to like being a contributor. Like he doesn't need as much of the ball to be effective as some players. Like I think his style of play would do well in a better team, and that he can sort of like fit in. And if that's what he's saying, I sort of get what he's saying, but like I think it's an exaggeration to say he could go play for anyone.
Yeah.
Like that's not true at all.
He can go play for anyone in MLS and be someone who's gonna contribute and gonna be great in the locker room, but the rest of the world, come on. No. He's not. He doesn't change the team in the same way like Messi. Like, let's bring it down to earth. The most praise we'll give him is like a thumbs up. All right, bro. Thanks that you're done. That you're done, and I don't have to see you anymore.
He's won 8 trophies, and he's a 3-time MLS All-Star.
And again, the Sounders would have won MLS Cup in 2020 if that game was in Seattle. And that game was only in Columbus because of points per game. And if we had gotten to play the same number of games as Colorado, we would have been in Seattle and we would have won MLS Cup, and we would have 3 MLS Cups at this point. And fuck Columbus fans for that.
Yeah, but the COVID MLS Cup is whatever.
All right. Moving on. Next topic. Right now, making headlines. There's a lot of World Cup news. Matt, I want to hear your thoughts on everything going on with ticketing for this World Cup. The ticket prices for the World Cup are absolutely insane. The process is terrible. Did you sign up for Did you manage to get into the lottery system, or did you sign up for that process? Or
Nope.
I mean, I don't know. I think I did it correctly, but it's so confusing.
Do you have confirmation? Do you get a confirmation email?
Yeah, you did. I did get an initial one. Right now, we're in a process where tickets are getting sent out. Where if you're chosen with the lottery, then they send you an email where it's like, it's time to buy tickets, and you have 10 minutes to click the link. But the problem with this is a lot of people who are getting the link are getting it at 3 a.m. and then they have 10 minutes, and obviously you're just sleeping, so that doesn't work. So that process is terrible. There's another weird way that's been having problems where if people had bought this World Cup NFT, then you would get specific access into it. But anyway, the whole ticket process is just so insane. The get-in price for tickets for group stage games is terrible. Do you know how much the starting price to just get into the game is for the U.S.'s first game at SoFi? The U.S. will play at SoFi, and then they will play here in Seattle, and then they will play last game's at Levi Stadium, I think, or it might be back at SoFi. But what's the get-in price?
All right, I'm just gonna guess. Is it $350 to get in the door?
No. It's more than that.
Is it $500 to get in the door?
No, it's $1,100 to get in the door.
Oh my god!
And you have to watch the USMNT play. And that's the first game. Every other USMNT game is more than that.
Wow.
And that's just to get in. How they're doing even if you get tickets, you won't actually know till a month or a couple days before where your actual seat is, because how FIFA does ticketing is they have sections and you get assigned into a section, and some of the sections, if you buy category 1 tickets, that'd be the most expensive, that occupies most of the lower bowl the entire lower bowl and some of the club sections of that. But within that, you could be with anywhere in the lower bowl. You don't know if you're gonna be on the. You could be like closer to a corner. You don't know if you're gonna be in the middle. It's just like where they put you because of the stupid fucking way that FIFA does tickets.
That's crazy.
It's just like, it's very clear with this ticketing scheme that like, while we say that the World Cup is for the fans, it is not for the fans. Because, like, the people who make soccer great and create great atmospheres are people who cannot afford to spend $1,100 for a game. And it's just, like, such a greedy cash grab. What are your thoughts on the tickets?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, but like soccer is the only game in like the world that you can just like be on any surface and get a round ball and play it. You know, it's the everyone sport, and then to price everyone out of it is just greedy and crazy and wrong. And it's gross. It's really gross.
Yeah. Yes, it's very, very sad. I really hope that. I mean, it will be interesting to see what the atmosphere is like compared. I mean, the atmosphere.
Oh my god! In LA, it'll be so manufactured.
Like, yeah,
it's just going to be celebrities. It's going to be people that have no idea what soccer is and are there for like clout.
I mean, we saw at the Club World Cup at the end they were like giving away tickets, and I mean, we'll also see. This kind of gets into the next thing I wanted to talk about with the World Cup about like. Especially if the U.S. is not going to be letting in people, like these stadiums are not going to be full. They're just going to be giving out tickets to like random TikTok influencers who know nothing about soccer. It's just going to be the atmosphere is going to suck.
Yeah, definitely. There's no. This is not how you build soccer culture at all.
Yeah, and imagine again spending like $400.
Yeah,
spending like $400 to go watch. With being the expanded World Cup, watching like Burkina Faso play Jamaica or something. That great. That's a great amount of money to. It's a great use of money. Great like a half month's rent to go watch that match. We love that. But about like players coming in, update. We talked about last week. We talked about me and Nathan talked about how there was a vote. There was going to be a vote to determine if Israel should be in the next World Cup. UEFA has now said, or FIFA has said that they are not in the business of solving global conflicts. So at the moment, and Israel still has to qualify. Right now they're in second, so they could get into a playoff. They might end up qualifying. What's your response on seeing that statement from FIFA when FIFA was so quick to eliminate Russia, and the fact that they haven't said anything about Iran being blocked from attending the World Cup draw in December. Like, this is... People don't want to make... People are like, oh, it's sports. It's not political. This World Cup is going to be way more... In some ways, it might be even more political than the 2022 World Cup, which is crazy with all the corruption that went in there. But we have no idea what's going to happen and what teams are going to be allowed into the country, or what fans are going to be allowed into. Like, what's your thought on all this?
I mean, there just needs to be some kind of internal consistency, like the hypocrisy to like decide that some conflicts are worth standing up against, and then to say like outright on another conflict, like we are not in the interest of solving this, is like that's not true, evident by your own actions. So I don't think FIFA has the capacity or necessarily the need to solve issues themselves. I actually kind of agree with that. But there needs to be some kind of internal consistency, and you can't like plead the fifth sometimes and like take a strong stance on it. It's just like it's just strange. There's always the decision making feels so of the moment and not with any amount of like actual principled ideas about how these decisions should be made.
If Israel is in the World Cup, what would you think about like if like they did like what they've done at the Olympics before, where like they have like the Olympians from Russia, they do like the athletes from Israel, and then instead of they don't play the national anthem, they don't have the flag. I know what they would use for the national anthem. Instead, they could use like Waka Waka. They could use like
team.
Well, not really a stand-in team, just like a stand, like for the Olympics.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, for the Olympics, they like if Israel or no, if Russia had won a medal, they'd play the Olympic theme and stuff, and then they would raise the Olympic logo for that athlete. I do think this is something that they could do, and it would be fun if they used like one of the FIFA anthems as like when the teams are standing for walkouts. Like first we hear God Save the Queen or God Save the King, and then they play I don't know, a classic FIFA song like Jerk It Out or something. That'd be amazing.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
There would be funny clips.
Waka Waka.
I don't know. It feels very inconsequential. I don't know if I have any thoughts.
That'd be better than, more interesting than normal national anthems.
Yeah, for sure. More interesting.
Yes. All right. Moving away from the World Cup and all that drama, we move into MLS news. We talk about our teams. Nashville after the U.S. Open Cup in Austin. They do not get to fly home. They fly straight to Montreal and they get a tie. We thought that this was likely last week, me and Ethan, that there might be somewhat of a hangover. And they didn't lose.
They gave us the first game of the day. We played in the morning, like in the AM. After a very dramatic Wednesday. This was like I think this was a.
It wasn't extra time. You didn't play any extra time or anything. Come on, you're professional athletes. You should be able to play.
Yeah, but don't pretend like it wasn't like a deeply like emotional, intense. Like I just don't know why we have the first game of the day. It's like comical, actually.
Yeah, like MLS scheduling continues to make zero sense. The first time that the Sounders won MLS Cup in 2016. The Sounders played 2 games on the road before we played a home game. And there were no conflicts at Lumen Field. It was just MLS scheduling being like, what the fuck? Like, we just won MLS Cup and we have to play 2 road games to start the season? Like, what? That makes no sense yet. They should have got to...
Yeah, just the first game, the first game of the entire season should be the MLS Cup winner homecoming. Yeah. That should be the MLS kickoff every year.
It should. Yeah. Yeah, but we don't need to see us. Yeah. It doesn't need to be messy. Especially when Messi doesn't win MLS Cup. But yeah, any thoughts on this? Yeah, thoughts on the Montreal game? Nashville did rotate in this game a fair amount.
It's a pretty... Yeah, Nashville should be beating Montreal. There's a lot of results recently that make me concerned. And by the way, the expected goals differential, the XGD, is still like Nashville's still balling. They're just not getting results. So if they, if they, go back up to the mean of how they're actually playing on the field, I think they've got a real shot at MLS Cup. But the string of results recently aren't encouraging, so I'm not holding my breath for MLS Cup. I'm happy to get a trophy this season. This is a success right now.
Yep.
But the run of form is not encouraging for the final tournament.
Yep, and then now Nashville gets a little bit of a break.
An MLS Cup contender should be Montreal, even with schedule complications.
Yeah, this is true. So Nashville right now, they do not play this weekend with the international break. They're sitting in 6th right now on 54 points. If they win on decision day, they could move up to
against Miami.
4th. Yeah, if they win against Miami, who are currently in 3rd, and Miami could move up into 2nd place, but it's gonna be. Do we think it's possible that Nashville could finish in a home playoff spot, Max?
No. I mean, possibly yes, but likely no. I think they're going to play on the road in the playoffs.
I mean, the Sounders are going to help you out because Sounders are playing NYCFC. Charlotte is playing.
Charlotte's so random. I can't believe they're as good as they are.
Yeah, they're a beatable team. They're playing Philadelphia, so it's possible. It's very possible that both of those teams could lose their final game.
Yeah, but what's Philly playing for?
Nothing, but it's your final game of the season. Everyone's trying to win in that game. The game is in Charlotte. That is one thing.
I feel like Charlotte's going to beat Philly.
Yeah. But it could happen. You could finish in 4th. It's not it could happen because of that. I mean, you guys still have to beat Miami, that's in Nashville. But if you guys score first, you should be if you can at least score first against Miami, then you should have a very good chance in that game. That's what you have to do against Miami. You just have to score first.
I'd love to finish 4th and have more home playoff games, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it.
Let's talk about Philadelphia winning the Supporter Shield. Because they beat NYCFC last week 1-0, that meant that they clinched the Supporter Shield, which means that Miami could not win the Supporter Shield. So that means that Miami will go trophyless when they don't win MLS Cup this year, because that's not happening. How do you feel about... What was your reaction to seeing that? My reaction is MLS fans won because of that.
Yeah, I think it's cool that Philly, in a year that was supposed to be a down year, won the Supporters Shield. I think it does officially make my prediction that they were going to finish last in the Eastern Conference the worst prediction in the history of the show, and I will own that. I don't think anyone's prediction has ever been close to it.
Yeah.
We'd have to go back and look at the all-time worst predictions, but I'm sure that that's the one.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. My prediction last year, I don't remember any.
Did we all picked St. Louis as wooden spoon winners, right? In the expansion year?
Yes. We did do that.
And then did they get first in the West, or did they get the Supporters Shield?
Yes, they did. No, they got first. They didn't get the Supporters Shield. They didn't win the Supporters Shield.
Okay, so that's a pretty comparable. That's a pretty comparable bad prediction.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh wait, is that the same coach?
What?
Is that the
same
coach?
Is the same coach. It is the same. It is Bradley Carnell.
Oh, making that mistake twice is actually kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. No, he definitely showed you.
Yeah. Fool me once, fool me twice.
Yes. But I mean, also Miami and we're getting announcements for Miami. How are you feeling about Miami season? Like, are you as confident? I'm feeling pretty confident that one of these top teams in the East, because there's still very good teams in the East.
Oh,
That
just tons of them.
if they
I think
get
every team in the playoffs
if
is going to
they
be really good.
if they get ahead of this Miami team, they will beat them. They are beatable. Yeah, how are you feeling about Miami going into the playoffs?
I feel like there's a bunch of parity in the East. I feel like literally anybody in the playoffs can beat anybody else in the playoffs in the East. Um, and I feel like because of that, it's hard to bet on one team to win. Like if you're asking me one team versus the field, I'm always going to take the field, no matter what that team is. But I think Miami's chances are still really good because I think they're the most talented team in the league. And sometimes, like
Yeah,
in elimination games, it's just who has the moment in them.
yeah. Um, Ethan did predict last season that Miami would miss the playoffs.
Wasn't he
Um,
right?
they didn't miss the playoffs last year.
I thought they did.
No, they won the Supporter Shield last year.
Oh,
They won the Supporter Shield.
I'm thinking of the year Messi got here, and they
They
couldn't
did
do
miss it.
enough
That was 2023. They did miss them. We don't.
because
We
he got
didn't
here
do.
mid-season.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. No, that is true. That they won the Leagues Cup, but then they missed the playoffs. And then last season they won the Supporter Shield and set the points record, and then they lost to Atlanta. I think there's a very good chance they go out in the first round again this year. Yes,
It's
they
crazy
have
they
two.
lost to Atlanta. By the way, that's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, so right now, if the play, I mean,
Guzan
right,
stood on his head, right? Didn't Guzan have like a crazy game?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right.
a masterclass from them. If operating in the, if we operate, well, it'd also be crazy if Nashville beats Miami and we beat New York City FC. I mean, it would depend on, I guess Orlando.
Are you trying to see if there's a Nashville New York matchup
I mean,
incoming?
we could. Honestly, it's possible. It's very possible. If we could get Nashville could finish in because NYCFC is in fifth right now, and NYCFC no, Nashville's in sixth. NYCFC is in fifth. If Nashville could,
If they go to 4-5,
if it's 4-5, they could play each other, and Nashville could be above NYCFC. So that'd be crazy. It's possible that one of you guys will play Miami in the first round. The playoffs
Yeah,
are gonna be I mean,
the East.
we're
I mean,
gonna
the
have
East is
some
East
really
is
good
nuts.
matchups. We're gonna
There's
have
just like
some
a
really
ton.
cool matchups.
There's so much quality in the East that whole first round is going to be crazy, and then
Yeah.
the West will probably get really good after the first round.
And it's
'Cause I
crazy
just don't think
that,
there's many great teams in the West.
and I mean, still it's so tight that Columbus has only 3 points less than Nashville, and they're in the final spot. So.
Yep.
If Nashville does lose to Miami, it's possible that you guys could even drop to
The play.
the play-in, which would be crazy, and then you're
That'd be
playing
awful.
Philadelphia in the first round. But even if we get, I mean, if we get Columbus versus Philadelphia in the first round, that will be crazy.
Yeah, that's
a one
awesome.
versus a one Philadelphia versus Columbus. If I'm Philadelphia, that pisses me off. That would piss me
Yeah.
off.
Your reward for the Supporter
Right.
Shield is Columbus in the first round. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Even with all the injuries that Columbus has, they're still a team that knows how to get playoff wins. That I would be scared of them. Even though
It's
they
also
are
like one of the
just
only times you're
completely
outcoached.
decimated. Yeah.
Because
That's
in a
true.
3-game series, you don't want to be outcoached at all.
And they know how to park the bus in a series where if you get to 90 minutes, it goes to a shootout.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You do not want to be outcoached in a 3-game series, and it's one of the only matchups in the league where they're outcoached.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So we won't talk that much about NYCFC today. To spare Ethan, especially we don't need to talk about the teams of the hosts that don't have trophies this season. So let's move on. Talk about the Sounders. The Sounders got their first win in Seattle against the Timbers since 2017, I believe, was the last time. Might be 2018, but it's been a while, and it felt good. It felt so good because now Portland fans have nothing that they can point to. Because, see, Portland fans, they treat this game as the MLS Cup. Every time they play, because they are such a small club and they don't make it to finals, they have to treat this game as a final. And when they win, because they don't win anything, they have to rub it in. So, with that being said, fuck you, Portland. You fucking suck. And we are the kings of the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, the Sounders beat the Timbers. Pedro de la Vega, first start in a while. We'd been wondering why he hadn't been playing when the reports is that he's been completely healthy. So he does get the start in this game, and he scores a beautiful goal. Beautiful passing from the Sounders, and he buries that goal. Feisty game. Fry was very good in this game. Made a lot of good saves. Not good on the injury front as we lose Kim Ki-hee in the first half of this game. So John Bell comes in. And he played very well. John Bell has been very good this year, but it sucks that we lost another center back. Already in injury trouble there. We went back to like 2021 when Albert Rusnak was only playing center defensive midfield, because he played center defensive midfield with Obed Vargas out and Snyder Burnell out. Because they're both, because Snyder Burnell was at the under 20. No, Snyder Burnell is at the under 19 World Cup, or he's with that team, and Obed Vargas is with the under 20 Mexican team. Even though he's good enough to be on the national team, he should be with that team. I've said that before. So players changing up, but I liked the lineup. I thought Morris looked good in this game. Fry with some very good saves in this game. But of course, because the Sounders this season can't go 90 minutes without getting a red card, Albert Rusnak did get sent off in this game. He made a very, very bad late tackle. And when this happened and you could see that the studs were showing, I was like, yeah, he's going to get sent off. It is fine. It will only be it's only a 1-game suspension. He will be back for the playoffs. He will be back for decision day. So it's okay at this moment. Just don't do that again. Please, Rusnak, we need you on the field. That was the Portland game. Felt amazing to beat Portland. And, that was a great game. Moving forward, so the Sounders are playing RSL today. This game is happening now during the international break because we were supposed to play RSL on the weekend of the Leagues Cup final. Obviously, we had to play that, so that gets moved. That's why that game is happening now. And in fitting fashion for that, with that, the Sounders today will be raising our Leagues Cup banner. We will add another banner to our rafters. So very excited to see what that looks like. RSL still with a lot to play for. right now, they are not one of the teams who have clinched a playoff spot. Currently in 9th place. They have a game in hand on the Colorado Rapids, who have the same number of points as them. Who have the same number of points as RSL. So they would, if they can win, they'll be 3 points ahead of Colorado, and they would eliminate. Would they eliminate the San Jose Earthquakes? They would not, because of tiebreaker, but they'd have the same number of points. It would be it'd be like the third tiebreaker to determine. So they can kind of eliminate San Jose if they get a result here. They need to win. They don't want Colorado or San Jose to have much to play for during decision day. But the Sounders should... RSL's been very weird this year. Like, sometimes Diego Luna's cooking, and he's been very quiet of late. The Sounders, whenever we play RSL, I hate playing them. We do so much better in Seattle than we do in Utah. So, hopefully, we can get a result in this game, even with all the players that the Sounders have out. The Sounders are missing 11 players for this game because of international duty and injuries. So besides Snyder Brunel and Obed Vargas, who we already talked about, we are also missing Reed Baker Whiting. He's with the under-20 team. Christian Rodon is with the USMNT. We have Nuhu is gone with Cameroon. With Burkina Faso is Georgie Menungu. And are there any other international comps that I'm forgetting about? But for injuries, we are missing Kim Keehee, Yamar, and Stuart Hawkins. He's injured. He was thinking to play, though. I guess he's technically one of the people who's out. I think that's all of them, of all the people. But we're missing a lot of people. So expecting the Sounders any minute now to announce some call-ups from the Defiants. And we'll see if we get to see if any of the Defiants players who played for Ballard FC get an appearance in this game, which would be really fun to see. I'm hoping for that. With all the injuries. But still, we should, at home, raising the banner, we should be feeling good. We should still beat RSL. What are your thoughts on this matchup and for the Sounders?
It's hard to say with that many players gone. It's gonna be a different looking game.
Really, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if RSL won it. It's just a crazy thing.
Really need Morris to... I really hope Morris finds the back of the net in this game. I want him to find his footing and remember how to score. Like, he looked good in the last game. I thought his movement has been good, and again, he's getting too much hate, so I'm trying to prop you up, Morris. I'm giving you the support. Put the ball in the back of the net, please, and
Morris, put the ball in the back of the net.
Remind people that you're doing more on the field than Musovski, because at the moment right now, if he doesn't score in the next two games, like it's even I might be like, should we be starting Musovski up top? Like, I don't think I would get there, but like, it's getting close. Morris, please put the ball in the back of the net. RSL is trash. All right, so that's gonna do it for that RSL game. Game of the week. We gotta make our game of the week picks for this week. It is very, very close. In the game of the week standings, Ethan right now has a 1-point lead. He is at 12. Matt is at 11. I'm at 7, so I will not be winning the game of the week competition for the second year in a row. I don't know how that happened. I felt
I
so
do.
good going into this year.
I have
No,
a
you
pretty
don't.
good idea.
You don't. You don't. If you're gonna say it's the ties, it's not the ties. That it
That's
can
exactly
never
what I
be
was
the
gonna say.
ties.
It is
It's
the tie.
definitely not that. Matt, who are
It's
you
just
picking?
statistically bad. So I'm gonna give Ethan a chance to win it this week, and I'm gonna pick something different than him, and I'm gonna pick the home team.
I don't think we set the game yet. The game is Vancouver
Oh.
at Orlando, and Ethan picked Vancouver. So yeah, who are you going with, Matt? You're going
I'm
with
gonna
Orlando.
I'm gonna take Orlando, and if Ethan's right, then I lose, and he wins.
And if Orlando wins, and Orlando also a lot to play for right now, they would like to, if they win the game, they will move up and have the same number of points as NYCFC, so they would overstep Nashville. Also, bold pick with in which it might hurt Nashville if Orlando wins, but I like that pick. I am picking tie.
Shocker.
At this point, I have to pick tie. In the Golden Boot race,
This is the fun one.
this is the one that is even closer. Right now, Matt, you are in the lead by 1 goal. 113 goals. Ethan is right behind with 112.
Yep.
And then I have 74. Still waiting on Walker Zimmerman to score some goal.
You have Surge though. Could you imagine if you didn't have Surge?
Yeah, now if I had not picked Surge, then I would have. Then yeah, I would be at 62. I'd be at 62. Wild. Very, very close. It literally is gonna. It does really feel like it's gonna come down to decision day. We're gonna be going back and forth to see who will wear the crown.
Bouanga and Son.
Who am I gonna give the crown to? Yeah, Bouanga and Son. Bouanga and Lionel Messi currently both with 24 goals.
Surge with what? 22.
23.
Ah.
Because he had 11
Decision
before
day.
I picked
Decision
him.
day
Now he's
hat
12.
trick. Decision day hat trick against Miami to win the Golden Boot. Anyone?
That would be incredible.
I think that'd be awesome.
Miami is playing today. They play Atlanta. So we could see.
Ethan take the lead.
Yeah, we
Unless
could see Ethan
Suarez
take the
scores
lead.
later.
Though, also, Jordan Morris is playing today.
So you could take the lead,
Bro.
No,
No,
wait,
you have Jordan Morris, bro.
I
You
have
took
Jordan Morris.
from
I
me.
have Morris, Ferreira.
Jesus Ferreira.
You can have him. I have
If you
Morris,
win-
Ferreira, Suarez, and DePaul playing today.
If you win the Golden Boot competition,
And then don't I have Son and
Jordan
Bouanga
Morris-
playing tomorrow? Oh, are they? Unless they're international break.
Are
tomorrow?
they playing? Yeah, they're playing Austin. They play Austin tomorrow. So there are changes that can happen this week. It's gonna be close though, but I really want this to be decided by, because Ethan also has Albert Rusnak. He does have Albert Rusnak. I think that's the best case scenario in my opinion, is that the final goal comes from either Morris, Ferreira, or Rusnak. I will consider that a win for me if that happens, because then I can talk about that for all of next season. Even with my crown getting stolen that way.
Being the decider.
Yes, that still it always comes. Everything comes back to the Sounders. Everything comes back to the Sounders. All right, that's gonna do it. Next week is decision day. Matt, any thoughts? We didn't say anything about the USMNT versus Ecuador, but I mean, 1-1. Any final thoughts about the
No.
national team that you want to say about this? I mean, Christian Rodon should have started. I mean, he played. I won't even say that he should have deserved to start, because like I don't know who you're taking off in that. You can't take off Tessman. I saw one Sounders, a different Sounders podcast was saying that Tessman, that Rodon is playing better than Tessman right now, and that's not true. Like the biggest Rodon supporter here, and Tessman is scoring bangers in the Champions League right now and playing week in, week out for a League One team. Like,
yeah,
he's better. Like that's better. That's enough said about that. U17 plays Australia on Tuesday. We'll talk about that and preview Decision Day coming up next Saturday. Until next week, remember to follow us on Twitter at WECB Football. Follow us on Instagram at footballslife.wecb. Subscribe here on YouTube, Football's Life WECB. Contact the show at footballslife.net or footballslife.wecb@gmail.com. Until next week, go Mariners! Football is life!